Hey, welcome to Crooked River and Eastern on Track Tuesday. It is June 28th. So good to see everybody in here. Welcome. Let's see who was first. Looks like Artie was first. How you doing, buddy? How you feeling? You feeling okay? Can you guys hear me all right? See, Dave from Carolina. You're watching from the car on the way home from work. Okay. Elbow cough. Hey, Frank, Steeler fan. How you been, buddy? Haven't seen you since what do you call it? Strasburg. You want to call it Steamtown. I don't know why, but Lee from Anfield Road, good to see you. Scully Kill, John, good evening. How are you? Lynn McCurdy, what are you doing there, friend? How you been? Good to see you. Working on my DPM. Bill from Rick the Tree, so won't be commenting much. That's all right. That's all right. I appreciate you stopping in. I do that a lot, man. Sometimes you get to doing other things. You know, got it on in the background. Just jump in when you can if you have a question or anything. Let's see. Split Rock. Good evening. How are you? Split Rock. Split Rock. Quite Curly. Curly was first. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. I got Artie back here. 6:30. I don't know. You guys can fight for the cookie. Jesco, Chuck, how you doing there, buddy? Dennis from Iron Horse, good to see you as well. Joe Rader, good evening. Wilmer, good to see you, buddy. How you doing? Robert from Pine Crow, how are you? Saying hi to Tom from Split Rock, Jeff the railroad enthusiast. Saying hi to Wilmer from Indian Head Valley. Jerry, Buckscar Jerry. All right, guys. So, give me a few more minutes to get in here. Can't remember what I was going to do tonight. I know what I was going to do. So, I am going to have a guest host. I think I told you guys that. A guest host going to be popping in here. Now, you guys know this guy, good guy. A little bit newer to our little community here, but he's not new to model railroading. He's been doing some good stuff lately. He has been doing his own little live streams, popping up here and there. He was on the other night helping out. Who are you helping out? Somebody. One of the streams. I'll let him tell you. But by request from Boxcar Jerry, we introduce you to this guy. Bring him on. He's got his own traveling music.
Hello, everybody.
What's up, Daryl?
I'm good. Good to be here.
Yeah.
Jerry. Jerry.
I had to do it. I had to do it. That's for Jerry.
You. Hey, good job, Jerry. I love you, buddy. That was really good. Yeah, now I'm going to be branded.
No. Jerry could have swore that Neil Sedaka song was "Ode Daryl," or at least he said that's what he thought.
Yeah, and my wife laughed, and she goes, "It's not Daryl, it's Carol."
It's a good song either way.
It is. It's a really good song. So I'm glad everybody got a good laugh at my expense. Thank you, Jerry. Love you, buddy.
Hey, what are friends for, right?
That's right. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. Sparky. Cha-cha-cha. That's good. That's good. Bernard C., how are you? Wigwag Workshop, good to see you in there too. That was good, Jerry. He said, thanks, Dave. He said, you must have been out with him earlier. I was in the gazebo.
Yeah, I was on with him earlier, and it was just hilarious when they started talking about it. And my wife caught right on immediately. She goes, "You better type in it's not Daryl, it's Carol."
Hey, you know, you can call me anything. Just don't call me late for dinner, right?
That's right. Exactly.
Oh man. So yeah, thanks for coming in tonight, Daryl, not Carol, but
Right.
he's agreed to give me a hand here. I'm going to attempt to pour this river live. You know, I can't seem to do it on my own time, so I figured, you know, I already goofed it up once, had to tear it out and redo it. So let's see if we don't not do that this time. Maybe with Daryl's expertise with his lake pour and everything. Hey, Anthony, Georgia Sunbelt is in here. I want to say this is it Kevin? That's it for town. NZ. I could be wrong. Well, hello to you, anyways. I get names bad, names wrong. But yeah, so he agreed to kind of hang out, watch the chat for me, and everything like that. Before we get to that, though, I just wanted to make an announcement for those of you that don't know. There's a big thank you to all you guys out there in the community. Anthony, Sparky, Pappy, Daryl, Jerry, Satarelli, Jason, Rick. Too many guys to even mention. John, everybody in the chat here, Artie, Wilmer. Just guys have been going back and watching all my old videos and helping me get over that hump to hit that 4,000 watch hour mark. And have become monetized finally. So appreciate that, guys. It was just a milestone to hit. You know what I mean? It was something that I had the subscribers and for the longest time, just been kind of hanging out, stuck, trying to get the watch hours up. And so it's good. Thank you guys so much. I'm open to ideas. I know a lot of guys, not suggesting, not asking, but as far as super chats, things like that, that's completely on you guys. But when I get them, do you guys want to see something special? I like Sparky has the wig thing. Hey, Trackside Mike, Plumber 33, good to see you as well. Some guys will ring a bell, whistle, things like that. Just open to ideas. Nothing, just a simple thank you works too. Up to you guys. But mainly, I just wanted to publicly say thank you to everybody for helping me out with that. And, it's humbling. It really is humbling. Support. Dave from Carolina Foothills, big help as well. So I do appreciate that. Hey, thanks, Sparky. It's on order. I haven't got that yet. But that's an idea Sparky came up with, some kind of disco light flashing, like, oh, I could do this. Let me see something there. Maybe that'll work. Hold on. Put these crazy things. They kind of flash in the background. Not what you had in mind, Sparky, but appreciate it. Norman Rowe, thank you, sir. I gotta figure out how to stop these things. Maybe it'll stop. Still flashing? Not really. All right. Anyways, so yeah, I'm kind of open to ideas. Anybody has any ideas of things that you think would be kind of cool? Dave BNSFN scale. How are you? Again, Trackside Mike, Anthony from Georgia Sunbelt. I think I said hi to everybody. Thanks again, guys, for the super chats. I didn't say it for that reason, but I do appreciate it. Maybe I have to do like one of those polls, put a few ideas out there. Maybe some different hats or something. I don't know. My wife has a bunch of Mickey ears, Mickey and Minnie ears. I could put those on. Trackside Mike, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Super sticker. I'm learning the difference in these things. I don't know what all that stuff is. Wigwag, thank you as well for the super chat. And you guys are too generous. I know you don't want to see that, Sparky. 100% know you don't want to see that. Take it back. Take it back. Everybody's saying take it back. Oh, man. Joe Rader, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Yeah, ding, 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 ding. Yeah, Dave is here on the way home, driving home from work. Thanks for listening in. That's great. You need something. Yeah, I'm thinking. I don't know. Kind of like the little light effect. I know Sparky's done several different things over the last several years. I know the wig thing became a real fun thing for everybody to send him wigs, and he really played that up well. So that's fun. So I'm not going to copy that, but maybe different hats and glasses. I don't know. Those glasses with the nose, mustaches. I don't know, beards, goofy things like that, or just
You're breathing.
I don't know. Railroad crossing signal. I know you had those once for a while, Sparky. But I don't know. I have to think of something though. Steam whistle. That's not a bad idea, Joe. I used to have one of those wooden whistles. The kids would blow them with wooden whistles. I don't know what to do with that thing. It's in a box, I'm sure, somewhere. Whoa. Hey, Anthony. That's way too generous. Thank you. Thank you. Still think a 5-chime Leslie would be the loudest. Well, you must have been talking to my wife. That's what she was saying. Shot, shot, shot. I'm like, oh my God. We get about 2 in and I'd be, 3 sheets to the wind and we'd never get anything done. French fries do look like a bit like a finger. Must have missed something there.
You're breathing on me.
Is that your puppy over there, Daryl?
Yeah. My dog.
Wants the attention.
My dog's breathing on me. He's shoving that ball between my, he wants to play. He doesn't understand. It's too hot.
Oh, what is it there? It was actually a kind of a really comfortable day here. The temperature really dropped and humidity went away for a couple of days. We're going to get it back by the weekend. Sparky says I got to have the wigs. Nobody likes them anymore. Hey, Real Artist is in the house. In the house. Motor Train Aficionado, hello to you as well. All right. Well, guys, I think I'm going to, if you don't mind, Daryl, I'm going to kind of just bring you up on the screen. I don't know if you have anything to kind of show off or anything like that real quick.
No,
I'm going to go ahead and just kind of mix up these, the resin and stuff like that. I don't think.
Yeah, no, Dave, that's what I'm here for. I mean, I know a little bit about pouring water. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks so nice.
I mean, I was more than happy to step in and help out. And so I'll keep a watch on the chat and you go do your thing.
Yeah, so I'm going to pull you up because nobody wants to see my back pouring this resin.
Well, that's what I asked you earlier because I wasn't too sure how you wanted to do this, whether you could just take me out and I can just, watch the chat or so you can have the camera on you, what you're doing. It's kind of up to you.
Probably once I get to actually pouring, I'm just going to be mixing up the colors and stuff right now and getting it ready to go. So it's just going to be super boring. So, but I don't know how long it's going to take, so I don't want to waste too much more time. It's already quarter after. If I get it done ahead of time, I might have to mix up a couple of these. I don't know. These are going to be about 16 ounces each, and I'm probably going to need more than that for this river. So we'll see. I might have to get the one pour down and then do a second pour.
Dave, yeah, take your time, buddy. It's just take your time and just call out shots. And I'm just going to keep a watch on the chat, and I can't put anything up, but I'll shout them out as they go.
Yeah. Okay.
So
all right, I'll try to do this part quick, the mixing part. Mike Crow wants to know what happened last time. Well, I'm a big dummy. That's what happened last time. I mix my two, the resin and the hardener, got my equal amounts. I mixed them together, then mixed the colors in. Hardened on me too much. So when I went to pour it, it wouldn't really flow well. And I tried to, spread it around with like a popsicle stick, and it just started getting real sticky. And so I had to let it dry and just kind of dug it out and then to replaster, redo it. So, what kind of shots we drinking? We're drinking coffee shots. We could do shots of espresso. Maybe that might get me wound up though.
Here, this is the only magic show you're gonna get. Pick a number. Here, I'll pick one for you.
Yeah. Nice.
There you go. How about that magic trick?
That could be what I do for.
There you go. I
Super
just gave you a
Jets,
great idea. Here, wait a minute. Let's pick 50. Okay, here, we're gonna pick 51. Oh, that's a good one right there.
That's a good number. I got it numbered anyways. I got that far.
51. There you go.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, Dave. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I got to get back to that, but I wanted to get this thing done.
All right. They're all riled up now. Joe Rader says, "Pull my finger." So
no, I just use the craft paints. That's all, Robert. I mean, it wasn't. I think the mistake I made was I needed to mix the resin, the color in the resin first, then mix the hardener in, and then mix it all together. I think by the time I got the color all mixed in, it was just set too long, and when I didn't want to pour. I mean, that's what I'm going with. If anybody thinks that's a wrong assumption, let me know. Hey, Gary. As far as I know, I don't know. Anybody have an answer to that?
I do. That's
Is
what you see back here. Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, the cheap stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just using that stuff from Walmart and Michael's.
Yeah,
and
that's
that kind of stuff.
you could use just about anything, but I found
There you go.
acrylic paints work really good for me. So I mean, and
Yeah.
that's just what I use.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give it a shot. I mean, otherwise we're not gonna be doing that tonight if I got to go by.
No, Dave, you do it
guys.
your way. I mean, it's I'm just here to watch the chat for you.
Too much chili. Yeah, you're wrong. You got them all riled up now. All right, so you guys are all cool with that, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of turn it. I'm gonna put it on, bring Daryl up, take me out, and we'll go ahead and just.
Okay, everybody. So, in case you guys don't know, my name is Daryl, and I'm here helping Dave out for his pour. So I'm gonna let me see here. I can't pull people up, but as he's doing what he's doing, so
I'm still here. I can hear you.
yeah, no, I can hear you, Dave.
Okay.
So Sparky 107 says I painted the base first, added 1 drop of green water effects, and presto. Thank you, Sparky.
All I have is the murky water, and the base isn't painted all that great, especially right now. It was a little better before. It's just basically brown, for the bottom. But that's not a bad idea, though, I gotta say.
So the model train aficionado, where do you go here? Let me see here. It says never poured before. Never poured before. I'm hoping you show me the way.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I could show me just all I'm doing right now is pouring out resin and hardener. I got it kind of set up over on the side here, so not really in front of the camera though. I'll show you what it did there in a minute.
Hi, Dave, BNS and Scale. Yeah, he says hello, Dave.
Hello.
And then Mike at Putham Junction, evening all.
Hey, Mike.
Jeff Burrell enthusiast. Yes. Well, yes and no. It's not. It's my staging area down there. That's what that is. It's not a second layout. It's just a staging area. Okay. Thank you, Norman.
Well, it must be hot there. You hear your puppy, man.
Oh, you can hear my dog?
Yeah. Well, it's quiet here. I'm not talking.
Yeah, well, it's pretty hot here in California, and I'm in the garage. No air conditioning, but that's okay. I'm used to the heat, so it's not a big deal. It's just my dog. He's black, and it's pretty warm out, and he wants to play ball. So I try to stay away from that because I don't want him to have a heat stroke.
Right.
So
let's see here. Come back.
So Nissy J says hello.
Hey, Nissy. That's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah, that's perfect. That you can do that too.
Oh, I gotta turn the camera back on, big dummy. All right, so here real quick, let me
Derek.
So, the planes railroad thing.
That's exactly what he's doing.
So let's see, who was asking about that? Was it the Model Train Aficionado?
Yeah, that was way back, Dave.
Yeah, so I'm going to use this here. It's a Virotex Light. I've used it before, but not like I haven't used it with coloring and everything. You got a hardener, comes in the pack, and then you have your resin. So you're basically going to do a 50-50 mix. So I measure these out to be 8 ounces per cup. You got the resin and the hardener. Hardener's a little more on the yellow side. Hard to tell here, but you could see. Yeah.
Now, Dave, those are even amounts.
Those are even amounts.
Okay.
Did it look even? Looked even to me.
No, I'm just saying you just want to make sure that
Yeah. So you do even amounts.
Yeah.
And then, like I said last time, I goofed and I mixed all that. I mixed the hardener in the resin, and then tried to add my color. But I took too long by the time I did that, because once you add the hardener, you have some working time. Don't quote me on the amount, but you don't want to mess around too long. Once you put it in, you want to be ready to pour. So when you mix them together, you want to be ready to pour. It says to mix them for 2 minutes. I do split rack. I don't know if I can turn that to show you though. I put up some backer board here, that bender board, and then I sealed it along the inside here with clear silicone, sealed it along the back, sealed it along the river banks, which should have been fine. I don't think I really had to do that, but I did, and then I plastered over top of that stuff. But I should be fine there. And then the bottom is what do you call it? My homemade sculptor mold. So there's no foam or anything under there. This stuff, don't quote me, but I don't think this does well right over top of foam. I think it will eat through foam. Maybe you guys that have tried it would know. I know John has poured different kind of resins and stuff, so he might know. John Scullyco. So I don't know if it does good with foam. I think it reacts with the foam and can cause, like bubbles and more bubbles. And I think it might actually eat through it, but I'm not 100% on that. So I would either do it strictly over plaster or something, or plywood or whatever. But again, if somebody else knows that answer to that, you can pipe in if you want. Yeah, there you go. He says, Jeff says, it explains why you don't run the trains that much, Daryl. The little motors don't like the hot heat and humidity. He says, I have my layout in the bedroom here. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't, it probably would affect them, huh, Daryl?
No, I can run them right now. They've already been running. Just the one. I've just got the one track. But the one, if I pan back here, he wanted to know what color. What do you use for coloring?
Me?
No, the model train aficionado.
Oh, yeah, I'm just now. Robert's been questioning it, but you could use like Woodland Scenics tint. I gotta bring the camera back up. Hang on. Like Woodland Scenics tints and that kind of thing. I got some murky. I'm gonna add some of that in, but I also just use apple barrel paints. And I know Daryl said he uses just this cheap kind of craft paint as well. I mean, you could always do like a little small pour, like a few ounces, and just see how it goes. These little test cups of color that I did. That's all of the craft paint and stuff.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, is that is with the craft paint, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
there
believe me, I
you
went through a lot of tests.
go. That's good.
To get a color I was happy with.
Yeah.
And that's another long story. I think I said in my other video where I should have just mixed it in like some warm water to get the color right, because I did just those little cups, which is in theory a great idea. Figuring I would just have to, do the math and add that many more drops for a larger amount. Well, I was looking at like 300 some drops of this color, 50 some drops of that color. I'm like, oh my God, that's nuts. So that wasn't going to work for me. I had to switch that up. Hey, Heath is here. Where's he? There he is. And somebody just said, I just had it up that the thermal reaction will melt through foam. So for those of you that don't know, there you go. Thought I had heard that somewhere. That chat's flying by. Heath Plumber or somebody else just popped in and wanted to say hi to. I guess I hi to Derek Alexander. It's turning into a Heath unboxing. All right, all right. Jeez, you guys. He got really hot when he did his melted foam and burn his paper. I don't think it'll catch fire, but it does get warm. I will attest to that. It will get at least warm in your hand. It won't burn you through the cup or nothing like that. But I'm wearing gloves. I don't know. It gets sticky, so I don't really want all that on me. Melted my wall wart charger. I was wondering why the tablet wasn't charging. All right. All right. Oh, hi, Mini Prince. That's what I wanted to say hi to. And High Plains Railroad. I think I said hi before. Mystic is here. Hello. All right. If I didn't say hi to you, forgive me. I will try to catch back up with you. But
that's okay, Dave. I'll handle it from here. I've got the two guys here, Derek and Mystic. Those are the two guys I have to watch out for.
Yeah, I see.
Those two are the troublemakers.
All right. Let me go mix these colors, and then I'll be back.
Dave, you sure you don't want to kind of show that you're what you're mixing, how you're mixing it?
I can't.
I'm just trying to help out, buddy.
No, that's cool. All right, let's see. I gotta see how I can move this over to the desk and.
Okay. All right, Mystic. Hey, I know how to time out people. Just ask Keith.
Ask Keith. So I don't know if I'll be able to get this down enough to show anything. Maybe. Not really. It's gonna be kind of a rough go. Can you see the cups I have there? It can be from the side because I got this hooked up to the computer and I don't have it on my tripod. What I'm going to do is, because I want to put this out as a video too, so I'm going to actually film it when I pour. I got to remember to hook up my phone. I'm gonna film that so I can kind of do some editing and actually make a video of it too. So that's the plan, anyways.
Hey Dave, maybe you might want to take the comments down for a few minutes while you're doing the pour, so everybody gets a bigger screen. I'm just putting that out there. John made a good point.
Let me do that. I can stop the banner too, maybe. If that helps any.
Yeah, because I think that's pretty important to show.
Yeah, good point. All right. So I'll try to move this over here. So this is the hardener. You can see it's a little more yellow.
Yeah, that's good.
So I'm going to kind of keep it off out of the way. I got my little cheat sheet here. That has all the mix on it. So I'm just mixing a variety of different colors. I got some Kelly green. It's like a drop of that. Marsh green, ivy green, some browns. I don't really want to know the whole mix, but so I'm just using popsicle sticks here to mix that up. So Kelly's gonna be one drop. Bright blue.
Norman Rose says, just don't forget and drink from, you don't drink from them cups.
Yeah. I don't know if that would be too good, right? Drops for that one. Like I said, this is just me just kind of playing around, trying to mix this up and see what works. Yellow. I got this murky color. This is the Woodland Scenics murky. Yeah, I actually liked it. I should have found that green color Sparky was talking about. Probably could have got to this color a different way too, but it seems like as I was mixing, I would have to add a little something of this or something of that because I went too far one way. I just kept, making little numbers, little notches as to what I used to get back to where I wanted to be. So, granted, I mean, keep in mind, guys, I just like the rest of you, man. I'm winging this too, man. I'm no pro with this. I learned from a lot of you guys as well, watching videos and just like most everybody else does. I don't think any of us would consider ourselves master modelers, maybe, but I don't consider myself that. So, ivy. I got quite a bit of this ivy, so I wanted it to be like a nice green.
So Artie says, so is this a spring, summer, or fall water scene? Need the right shades of yuck. Okay.
Well, I mean, all the fall colors will give that away, Artie. Don't you think, pal? Just joking. It's fall. And you're probably right. The colors are yuck.
Mystic says, stir it, stir it. The surprise is killing me.
Me too.
So the High Plains Railroad says, instead of counting drops, couldn't you make it into 1/8 cup tablespoons of this?
Well, There you go thinking. And yes, you could. I would. That's not a bad idea. Probably would be a heck of a lot easier. But when I was making this, I was just kind of doing a drop of this, a drop of that, and that's just kind of how I got to this point. You know what I mean? So, but that's not a bad idea either. It would definitely go quicker, it'd be easier.
And then we got Derek that says, Dave, the mad scientist with a secret formula.
That's right. If it starts smoking, everybody run.
Split Rock says, brown and on fire. I'm going to try to read these. Norman Rose says, it's going to be okay, Dave. What's the worst that could happen? The dam spring could leak and the resin will wind up on the floor. Yee. No, we don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Real Artist says using a lot of colors will turn it into a muddy mess. Precision of droppage be darned. I'm just reading these off.
That's all right. Appreciate it. But yeah, you're not wrong.
So Rick from R&L Railroad says, make sure you stir that resin up real good or it will not set correctly. That I learned the bad way. I as well, Rick. That was probably my first pour. But I don't think that I got the resins quite equal. So Rick from Foltz Belly says, save an empty paint container and make your own color.
That's a good idea too. Yeah, what I should have done, I mixed it poorly the first time around. So
Artie's laughing at Split Rock. Ours all look the same. Easy. It looks flowing, muddy.
Yeah.
All right.
I was trying to go with a little bit of a greenish mud look. Make sure I get up around the walls here, get everything off of there. I'm gonna have to pick this up. I want to make sure I get down at the bottom. Anything that's sunk. It's all nice and stirred up. Yeah, this river's been something, man. I don't know how else to word it.
Down.
It's a chore from the beginning. As far as the pour part of it, I tried mixing some up in water just to get the color. I know it's different. It's a different thickness, so it's gonna end up being a teeny bit different, I think. But I ended up dumping that cup of water all over here, all over me, all over my new floor. Thankfully, it was watered down, so it was easy to clean up and it didn't stain anything. I got it right away, obviously. It was all over me. So that's the color I'm going for. I know it looks like just muddy, mucky, whatever, but basically what I'm looking for.
There you go. That looks good, Dave. So Mystic says this is another of those things that takes rocks to do live. Absolutely. Dave from BNSF N-Scale says a little more yellow.
A little more yellow, you think?
I'm just reading off comments. The model train aficionado says muddy is what we want.
Yeah. The water in the rivers here, it's muddy, but it also has this green tint, like coming off the lake.
Right.
Green mud. So I was just up on the lake yesterday. In fact, I'm trying to edit a video on that. We went up to the islands in Lake Erie. Up to Kelly's Island. There's 5 islands in the western area of Lake Erie, off of Lake Sandusky, Marblehead, And we took the ferry over, and I was paying real close attention, really, to the water. It was pretty close to what I'm doing. It looks kind of blue, but then it has a green tint. You get closer to the shore, it gets a little more muddy. Probably like most anywhere, but all right. So I feel like I got that pretty well mixed up. I don't see anything really floating around in there that's not, anything swirled. Everything's pretty well good mixed.
So Split Rock says, taking notes, I have to pour a portion of Lake Superior next summer.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the river on my own layout was done with. I painted the riverbed and I just did Mod Podge and kind of stippled it on to give it that like wavy look and came out okay. I think the river color, the bed of the river color, it was too blue. I didn't like it.
So
my taste.
Anthony from Georgia Sunbelt had a good question. He says, do you have big enough cup to pour both in equally?
It's going to take it right almost to the top. I actually marked off 8 and 16 there.
Okay, well there's your answer.
It's an 18
That's
ounce
pretty.
cup.
That's pretty brave of you there, Dave.
I know. But I couldn't find any bigger cups, and I wanted them to be clear for this reason, so I could see it.
Right.
And I mixed it, and then it works out here too because you guys can see it. But anyways, this is pretty close to the color I was going for. I think this is maybe a little more blue. I don't know. I have some more blue, but I think I'm happy with that. I got tired of it. Matches the backdrop well enough, I think. I got tired of trying to match it. That's one of the biggest things that kept holding me back here. All right, so correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but next step is to add the hardener. Now that this is all stirred and mixed, and once I do that, I'll mix that for about 2 minutes, and then it's go time. So at that point, I'm going to go full screen here, and I'll flip cameras over to the layout. So, sound about right, Daryl?
Yep. Let's get it done. Right now? Yeah. Don't worry about me.
So
once you start, you start mixing those, you really got to mix them up and mix them up for a good time, and then just pour.
All right, here goes nothing. Wish me luck.
Okay, here we go, guys.
No turning back. I mean, it's only money. I've wasted plenty of this already. Jeez. It is right there too, ain't it? Might be a little hard to mix, but
yeah. Indian says that's all that counts. That you're happy with the color, and I agree.
Well, yeah,
Derek's giving you a drum roll.
I wish I had a drum roll to play. I have a set of drums on here. I can't do the drum roll. I can't play them. The one that could play them just landed in Romania. Oops, I ain't supposed to tell nobody that though. All right, that should be enough. Got that well enough. Get that out of the way. All right, so now I'm really gonna mix this up good. So whether you're going with any colors or not, model train aficionado is who I'm talking to everybody, but he was asking the questions. Color or just clear, it doesn't matter as far as the mixing goes. You really want to make sure you get them mixed well. And scrape your sides and make sure you're getting it all nice and mixed, kind of come up through and from the bottom up, I guess. Sounds like I know what I'm saying, but who knows? I'll probably lose some of this I already have on the side of the cup. Sure, what's his name? Is it Derek? Who's the one that likes to watch paint dry? When Robert does it, he always talks about watching paint dry.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I didn't say this was going to be the most exciting show. I just knew that if I did this, I would get this at least done, hopefully done. It would force me to do it because I just keep putting it off because, like I said, I was afraid to make a mistake. And I did goof it up once. So if I did it live, I'd get enough enough input. Tell me if I'm doing it the right way or the wrong way. Like guys that have already done it and have more experience with it. So it looks pretty good to me.
So Heath says there's a very high potential for excitement.
Yes. I mean, yes. Yeah, I'm not selling it too good, am I?
No, Dave, you're doing fine. It's not quite like watching paint dry on the wall, but it's almost pretty close. The most
Yeah.
important thing that I can stress is mixing and exactly what you're doing from the bottom up. I just would have suggested just another mixing container, you
A little
know.
bit bigger.
Yeah, a little bit bigger because I know you're afraid of spilling, but you got to get that mixture just right. So keep stirring, Dave. Don't stop. I'm gonna be your coach right now. You gotta stir, buddy. Usually they say, yeah, usually they say you want to stir from anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, nonstop. And what you were doing by bringing the bottom up to the top and the sides is correct. It's not rocket science, but it's just the mixture. Because if they're not mixed well enough, it will never harden.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it will never harden. It'll almost be like I know because I've done it, and we all learn from our mistakes, and it'll be kind of like a fly trap consistency, like a sticky almost.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so it's very, very important that you mix.
All right, I'm mixing. Damn it.
You're doing good, Dave. I'm glad you got gloves on.
Yeah, I can feel it sticky on my gloves too. But I've got it on my hands. It was a little 91% isopropyl takes it off. Should have set a timer, damn it.
Yeah, you got this on a timer because
No, I said I should have.
Derek just brought up a good thing. I didn't even look at the time either, but I think you're doing okay. If you think it's okay, then go for it.
Well, it looks really mixed as far as the mix itself goes. I feel like it's been at least time's hard to tell. But, nope, I don't want to do that. I want to do. How do I do that? Crap, I can't do that. Settings. All right, there we go. All right, so there's the layout. I'm over there.
There we go.
Let me bring this over. You guys see it?
Yeah, no, that's good, Dave.
All right, so I'm gonna set this down here.
I hear you, Container Man 68.
What do you say?
Oh, he says, derail. Can you tell the difference between a wood chipper trailer and a wood grain trailer? Derail, give me your address and I'll send you a few good trailers. He was just commenting on the trailer that I did over in the back corner for the grain facility. And actually, Container Man 68, actually those containers out here, those are used for trash. And like I said in my comment, I just cut that trailer in half just to give me something to look at. So, but thank you. I will.
Yeah, I am. Just the whole trash and those kind of container trailers too.
Yeah, because the trailer that I'm using is what he's saying, what he sees on the road is used for wood chips. And I'm sure it is. It's used for all kinds of things. And I see it. I see it for the wood chip industry. I see it for the pulp paper industry. But I more so see those trailers for the local waste management. So that's the kind of trailers that they're really using.
There we go. It's rolling pretty good now. See, I was not doing it when I poured it that first time.
You're doing good, Dave.
It was so thick, and I tried to spread it around, like I said.
So Artie says, Artie's giving us everybody a tip of the day. Get a bigger container. Thanks, Artie.
Yeah, you're right on top of it there, pal. Thanks. I just like giving Artie a hard time. I don't know. This is going to need to be probably a bigger container. I mean, I'm going to have to do more than just this cup.
Everybody's keeping their fingers crossed for you, Dave.
Thanks.
They're telling you good luck, Dave. Looks good.
Actually, it's more translucent than I thought it was going to be honest with you.
Right.
I really thought, I'm going to be able to see where I'm at here. I'm kind of on the other side of this pier. I'm trying to get back up against the backdrop here.
The model train aficionado says, so far, so good. Norman says, Daryl, you are a good cheerleader. Well, thank you, Norman. And, Norman, back to your question about where I am in Southern California. I'm actually in the San Gabriel Valley. So that's where I live. And Derek says you can see the reflection already. And you would be correct, Derek. I'm seeing the same thing you are.
Trying to get it all the way up there.
And Anthony from George Sunbelt says, still looks murky. Dave BNSFN Scale says, have a bucket handy just in case.
Nah, I got confidence. It's all good.
Let me see. Mystic says, that looks beautiful and also pretty realistic.
Let me get you guys' opinion, because obviously I don't have enough. Do you think I have time to mix another thing?
You got to, Dave.
All right. I have no choice.
Yeah, you have no choice, brother.
All right. Ooh. Damn, I'm going to need a clean cup, though.
No, you don't, Dave. Just use the one. Trust me. Just use the one that you're using. Just pour as close as you can to the content that you did have before, or maybe a little less, so you have a little bit more room to stir.
Yeah.
The only problem is you're not going to get the color mixture correct. Sorry.
Well, I could probably just go with
Dave, what I would suggest is mix and then start from the back and pour your way on top of that. That way you kind of will get kind of sort of a mixture in it. I'm just going to say, everyone, there's no right and there's no wrong to this. We can all just learn, and we can learn from what Dave is doing live. And, I got hands off to Dave. I mean, this is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, because it'd be a hell of a mess if I had to tear this out again. The one nice thing about, I'm going to take your suggestion, go a little bit less, maybe more like a 6 ounce instead of an 8 ounce. Yeah. I did mark the ounces on the side of the cups. I'm going to mix them in 2 separate cups again. I'm just going to eyeball the mixture. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, Derek says, don't rush it. I think everybody else is kind of feeling the same way. Take your time, Dave. Dave, we're on no time limit.
Yeah. Let's see, I gotta put a little more of that in there. Let me talk to myself for a moment.
And then Jeff says, definitely a big learning experience here live tonight. Yes, like I said, hats off to Dave. It actually is a pretty big pour.
Yeah, this is I got 2 new 16-ounce bottles here. I just opened, and then I still have the other was And I gotta mix these up again. The other one was what was left of 2 60-ounce bottles. So you don't think I should add any more color, you said, right? Just kind of go with it? Like I don't have time to mess with that.
Oh, no, Dave. No. You need to put color in that.
Okay.
Not unless you want a very, very translucent. I mean, you can mix up what you got, but the problem is you're going to have areas that are going to be clear, and then you're going to, yeah, Dave, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to mix up another batch and get it as close as you can. When you're ready to pour, all I'm saying to you, Dave, is start from the back where the painting is, where the waterfall is, and just kind of go back and forth with it as you're moving forward. That way it'll kind of mix the colors in, because you're not going to get the color. Well, you should be able to get the color formula right, Dave, or pretty close.
Yeah.
I think what you're asking me is, should I just mix up clear and mix it in there? I don't know if that's a good idea. You're going to want some color to it, Dave.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah, Dave, just take your time, buddy. Yeah, you could use the same cups. It's not a big deal.
Pressure's on. Damn it.
No, Dave, there's no pressure. Everybody's with you, Dave. Actually, there's more that I see in the comments. They're rooting for you, and also a learning experience.
Well, I appreciate it. I don't necessarily mind. I don't want to say being a guinea pig, but I don't mind doing this and even if there's a mistake, like kind of like this, I didn't have enough mixed up. It'll teach the next guy, when you go to do yours, that hey, make sure you have enough, big enough container, and you mix up enough at a time to do the whole pour.
Norman Rose says, Daryl, you're starting to make me nervous. Laugh out loud.
Getting there, man. This is where those teaspoons would come in handy.
So he says, people want us all to succeed, even if we make jokes and give each other a hard time. Absolutely right, Heath.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I'm not taking any of this in a bad way. I bust chops all the time in these chats. It's what it's about, man.
That's exactly.
If you were here with me at my house, we'd be busting chops doing it,
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
This is as close as we could get for most of us.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll get out to Southern California and I'll get to mess with you in person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can all meet up. Doesn't matter where. Let me see. Still remember people. Okay, Split Rock says, remember people, everything you see on live stream is a great lesson or a horrible warning, whichever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that is true.
Make sure I got all the right colors. All right.
Derek's all, why am I sweating? I'm just watching. Laugh out loud.
Yeah. I know why I'm sweating.
Dave from BNSF says, I think I have learned to have a batch of paint mix just in case you need another pour. That's a good idea. See, there you go. And even with me, even with me being seasoned doing lake pours, that's a really good, that I just learned something. So thank you for that. I wouldn't even really have thought of that.
Yeah. Well, it's not a bad idea. Like I could just take and mix, I guess just mix the paints till I get the right color and then have it for the next pour. Because actually I might do another little creek or something. I mean, I got 2 levels to fill with stuff,
Yeah.
So who knows?
So Artie says, yeah, he sure is, Jeff. A good way for us to learn to watch to do this. And Daryl is a great coach. Well, thank you, Artie.
Yeah, I do appreciate it, Daryl. Definitely helping me do the thinking. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
instead of me panicking that I didn't get enough on there, boy, it does
No,
look kind
Dave,
of cool.
you're doing good. You're doing good. And I know where you're at because we've all been there, and especially with me.
I appreciate it. Well, I wanted to have you on at some point, anyways. We had already
Hi,
kind of talked about that. I knew you
hi,
had
Jim.
experience firsthand with it. Hey, Jim. Is that
Jim
Jim T?
Tedesco says, hi, Dave. Sorry I'm late.
That's
That's
okay,
okay.
buddy.
That's okay, Jim. You're not late. We're right smack in the middle of another batch. So you're not really missing anything. Derek says, don't skip on the 2 minutes of mixing.
No,
That's
I'm
the
not.
most important.
I'm not. Believe me. I keep checking to make sure it's not too thin or too thick. Making me nervous. Cup's not hot yet, so it's not too far along. When I was
Right,
mixing that
exactly.
the other day, I could feel the warmth in the cup. That chemical reaction was happening. And
That's
you'll
right.
feel that when it's happening.
Yeah. And that's a good point, people. Yeah. No, that's a good point. What Dave just said is you'll know when you're getting to your mixing point because the cup that you're holding will get warm. And it does get it does get pretty warm. It's really kind of warm, hottish to the touch. So that's when you know you've reached your maturity to pour. At least that's how I see it. And
It's almost to
exactly
me, it reminds me of when you pour a cup of coffee in like a paper cup without that little cup sleeve. You feel it's kind of hot on your hand.
right.
You know, a paper cup of coffee instead of a styrofoam or whatever. You start to feel that heat. Gets about like that hot. I think I'm good on that now. We're gonna go with it, guys. I think it's pretty close. It might be a tad bit off, but not much. Hey. That might look good though, actually. All right, I'm back. So I got a little more green in this one. That's okay. But if you do look at the backdrop, you could tell it's different shades in it.
Well, it's going to have different shades in it, no matter what you do. I mean, everybody's kind of keeping busy on the chat right now, from what I'm seeing.
Keep hitting the camera.
Yeah, Artie says this is looking sexier than my next door neighbor. Ouch.
Oh man. Well, I don't know what to say about that, but
Norfolk and Western Railroad man just says hi, Dave.
hey, how's it going, buddy? And you know what, guys? This sucks, but I'm gonna have to mix up some more. I think it's crazy.
And then Container Man 68 says, Artie, she must be 90 years old.
I think I got everything pretty smooth where it's at, anyway. But I'm a little short over here on this side. Back to the drawing board, guys. Should have mixed up 8 ounces instead of 6.
So Nissy J says, hey, Dave, my son just looked at TV and said your waterway looks real, like camera view from drone.
Oh, wow. Well, thanks. That's kind of what I'm going for, as realistic as I can, you know. So what I got left.
So Randall Ellison says, well, you might want a variety of color in that water, Dave. I know the creeks where I live, where there's good flow, has variation in colors in different spots.
Yeah.
Mishley says, go for it, Dave. Mix some more. Going to be one of those best rivers on the interwebs.
On the interwebs, all right. I'll mix this some more because I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, no, that's fine, Dave. You just do your thing.
Well, here's the thing. I know if I go long, guys, I'm not sure. I think sometimes Heath goes on after me, and if you guys want to, skip out, it's totally cool. Don't hang out with me because I'm goofing around pouring water. But I'm gonna be here. I'll be here if you want to be here.
Yeah, Norman Rose says you can manipulate the water for a little while. Just watch the bubbles.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying not to get a bunch of bubbles in it because then it's a little more difficult, I guess, when you get all those bubbles. But it'll be all right.
So Split Rock says actually water has no color. It is in the silt or rocks or debris that gives it a tint.
I'll agree with that.
Container Man 68 is saying a hair dryer will pop those bubbles. Just don't heat too long in one area.
Yeah. All right, back to the drawing board.
Mike,
you guys good looking at that while I keep mixing? And you guys good with that camera?
Yeah, that's fine. Well, what we're seeing right now is we're not seeing you do anything, but are you mixing right now, Dave?
Yeah, I'm gonna mix some more. That's why.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Until you start mixing, you might, if you can, turn the camera just a little bit more one way. But I mean, it looks good. I mean, from what I'm seeing on camera, you've got some highlights of green, you got some highlights of brown. I mean, kind of like what Split Rock was actually saying.
Yeah, good. Kind of what I was hoping for. I could switch the camera view back on me if you guys really want to look at me. But
so Bernard C says, Dave, do you use a crack pipe torch to pop those bubbles?
I do not. No. Sorry.
So let me go back up here. Sparky says, we got all night, Dave. We can watch it dry too and really get your watch time up.
Thanks,
That's
buddy.
true.
I think guys have had enough of watching my videos for a little while. I mean, I'm not saying don't watch them, but I do appreciate it. Of course, somebody said you actually had to sit there and watch every last minute of it. I sound better when I'm on mute.
Okay, Randall, maybe we'll see you back.
Yeah, guys, I'm not looking at the chat. I don't see anything going on there. So anybody has to take off, appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. Hopefully you learned something. I don't know. Hopefully I learned something.
Indian says, looks very realistic. I'm ready to go fishing.
That's another thing. Good question. I do have some canoes and some fishermen. When do I put those in?
So John from Skull River Valley, he says, Dave, are you going to add ripples to the river?
Yes. I do plan on adding ripples, but I was wondering about that, if I should do like a Mod Podge or something, or if I should try to ripple this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you ripple the
You know, at this point, Dave, don't worry about any rippleage because you're really not gonna get that effect because you got to remember this stuff. It'll find a leveling point,
Yeah.
and the more you mess with it, the worse it's gonna get. So my advice is just leave it alone until it fully cures. And then you can do if you want, you can do the Mod Podge, the high gloss that usually works.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of my thinking, was to go that route. And I know there's like that whitewater effects by Woodland Scenics. I actually kind of like the glass look. I know it's not necessarily the most realistic thing.
No,
Maybe for a river, anyways. Maybe for
right.
like a lake or something, you may get it where it's pretty glass like. I don't know. Some ripples are probably common no matter what you're doing. But I don't know.
Rick. Rick from Folt's Belly says, I learned that Daryl is a good co-host as Nissy. If he gets any better, I'm gonna have to start paying Nissy.
That's
Hey, she
famous.
did really. I really, I'm just gonna tell you, Rick. I really enjoyed having both of you on. I mean, absolutely. And you know, Dave asked me. Dave, I'll just tell you guys. Dave's been trying to get my email address for the last 3 or 4 months. And all this time here, I'm thinking I'm emailing him. And really what it came down to, I was missing one R. And I didn't realize it until he finally just said, okay, Daryl, I'm putting my email up. Grab it. So all
Yeah.
this time. So he really wanted to get me on this because of what I did back here. And like this one is flat. And the only reason why I left it flat is because I want the trains as they're going by to have that perfect reflection. And that's just what I was going for. So that mine has no ripple effects, no nothing. So yeah, it doesn't look realistic. But on camera, it looks really, really good. And that's where we want to keep it. Looks good on camera. Don't get me wrong, it looks good in person, but I think by putting ripples in the river, absolutely makes it way more realistic. So now that you got that, so that's how I got on this live stream tonight. Dave and I finally hooked up by emails because I finally got it right. And now Dave and I have just been chatting up a storm on our cell phones. So
Yeah. Well, you're in your defense. A lot of people miss that third R because it's Crooked River, RR for railroad.
yeah,
So
and that's what it was. I missed the third R.
yeah, it happens
It's
a lot.
that age thing. I kind of refuse to wear glasses. I'm supposed to be wearing glasses as I'm driving because it says it on my driver's license, but I refuse. I wear my sunglasses. They're cheap, by the way. So let's see here.
Sorry, guys, I know I'm not on camera or nothing, but that's okay. The river's prettier than I am. Or as Artie says, it's a sexy looking river.
No, it looks good, Dave.
Well, it's just amazing to me how something like that just seems so simple. It just makes such a difference in the whole look of a scene. As much as I like the scene. All right, let me see. What time is it? I'm gonna mix these now. Damn it.
So yeah, Rick, I'm gonna go back here. Yeah, Rick, model trains. PKP says hello, Dave.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for stopping in. Pouring a river. Attempting to pour a river. Don't shut up on me first. Okay, question I wanted to ask. So I want to set in some canoes and fishermen, like fly fishermen in the river.
Right.
When is the best time to do that? Kind of As it told
Actually,
me.
I believe it was Norman. I got to go back, but I think it was actually Norman that said, "Hey, Dave, are you going to put any canoes in it, or fishing guys?" Me, I'm just telling you, I let everything dry because if you don't like the position that it's in, you can't take it out.
That's true.
Do you kind of follow what I'm saying? And Norman is right, but there's a but to this. I have a dock scene on mine, and I chose not to put it in the pour along with the canoe because I can't decide which side of the dock I want the canoe on. So I'm thankful that I did not do that, and I did not put the dock in the pour, because once you put it in the pour, that's it. It's there forever. So that's a decision, Dave, that you need to make.
Right. Well, if I do it in the pour, when do I do it? Do I do it now? Or do I wait till it starts to set up a little bit
You want to
more?
wait. You want to wait. I would. Well, that's a good one because it doesn't really matter when. You could put it in now. That's totally fine. Actually, probably right now is probably the best time to do it. But remember, Dave, if for some reason, and we all know this, guys, because we're all model rowers, we're always changing our layouts. I'm just saying. So I'm just giving you from experience, Dave. I don't put anything in because if you plan to do the river, if you plan to put any matte or high gloss, that's when you can put it in.
Well, that's what I was going to say. If I don't do it now, because I'm not have an idea where I want it, but like you said, I might want to move it around.
That's right.
I can always use that Mod Podge kind of built up around a little bit
That's
because
right.
I'll have some ripples around the boats anyways.
That's right. Because you may end up changing your mind. Dave, when you asked me to come on, I'm also here not just to watch the chat, but to kind of help you out, buddy. I'm kind of giving you
Well, I
ideas.
appreciate that. So kind of.
There you go, Dave. That's what everybody wants to see. They want to see where everything's going, how it's flowing.
Yeah, so this is kind of where I left off. I probably made too much, but I didn't want to have to only make a little bit, not enough. And I'm going to kind of go back over some of that area, mix in some color as well.
Yeah, Rick says, River, that back scene matches perfectly. Container Man says, flare as a mirror. Okay. I'm just kind of reading off.
That's all right.
Artie says, I actually wouldn't put ripples in it. There is always a calm spot after rapids. That's correct. Norman Rose says you can always add sand at the bottom, canoe down, and place it later. Rick from Fultz Bailey says, go with the flow. Container Man 68 says, I want to see the mess on the floor.
I'll show you after.
So Mystic says, now that I see the whole area, it's quite a pour. Yeah, John, it is. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought. Because when Dave was putting those in cups, and I thought, okay, cool, he has enough for the whole pour. I wasn't seeing the area. I mean, yeah, I saw the area, but it's okay, Dave, you're doing fine. Do you think you're going to need to put some more in there?
I'm going to use this whole cup up though.
Okay. Yeah, no, I would. I'm
gonna, where it's kind of coming up some of the sides and up the banks a little bit, which is what I wanted. Kind of left the banks a little steep. So I wanted it to look like, wanted it to look like that, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just going to answer that one. Mike, yeah, there is a barrier for the backdrop scene.
Sorry, I hit the camera, guys.
Yeah, there is a barrier. So I want to say Miss Ill Hunter 5 says hello, everybody. Hello.
How's it going?
Welcome.
bottom of this thing. I think I'm pretty good. Pretty happy with that. I'm actually, to be honest with you, I'm really more happy than I thought I was going to be, because when I was mixing this, I'll show you in the other cup that I used water in. I was worried it was going to be like really dark, and should I get this all the way over? All right, so we're good there. Should have dammed this off here a little bit better. Right here where the stick's at. It's running. I mean, I ran caulk all the way down through there. I should have dammed it there so it didn't go way back. But that's all right. I can always cover that with some earth.
Yeah, David, it'll find its way into every nook and cranny, and it happens. I mean, it happened on this pour. All I did, Dave, is when it hardened, I just went up over it and sanded. You kind of follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a big deal. It's just that you want to make sure it's sealed over there so it doesn't start leaking, because wherever it starts leaking, everything's going to follow.
It's sealed. If it was going to leak, it'd already be leaking.
And that is correct.
We'll see. I'm going to leave it at this. I could always add another layer if I wanted to, right? Like
Absolutely.
Once it's dry, I can always add more.
Oh, absolutely.
So I kind of almost wanted it to come up. I hate to touch this camera because I got stickies on my hand. I kind of wanted it to come up a little bit higher on the bank here, kind of catch that rock a little bit.
Right.
It looks okay though. You know what I mean? Get some of that in there, but if I do that, I'm gonna go here and what do you call it?
No, absolutely, Dave.
A little bit better.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Dave. You can always go over it, but you just gotta wait till it hardens. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can always, when it dries, you can always place the things that you want to place, and you can always add to the embankment. What I mean is you can bring the embankment down to the pour that you just poured if you do not decide to pour anymore. Do you kind of follow what I'm saying?
Yep. Totally.
So it's not a big deal.
All right, let's see. Well, I have these sticky gloves on. Not really clean up, but kind of clean a little bit. A little bit left in these bottles. I'm going to turn these upside down to get the last little bit out. So, yeah, I mean, that's what you got there. Let me see. Get these sticky gloves off real quick so I don't get my camera all messed up. All right, so bear with me. It's going to be shaky. I got a shaky cam coming here in a minute. I want to back it out here to give you guys the view that I see.
And that's what that's what we want to see, Dave. We want to see, everybody wants to see what you're doing.
That's not what I wanted to do though.
Yeah. Everybody's still here with you.
Yeah, the camera died on it. It didn't die, but
so let me go back in the chat.
Camera.
So
camera.
So John from Scully Kill River says a second coat will probably look even better. Trackside Mike says, I wouldn't change a thing, Dave. Looks great. Artie saying hi to Chris from Go Via, Go Home. Hi, Chris. Let me see here. Norman Rose says, pop the bubbles. There you go. Sparky 107 says, when I did a water pour went on the layout, was in the basement, took it 3 hours to find a hole, and then ended up with a bit on the floor. I hope you guys all heard my ice cream truck go by. Okay, so now Joe from BlackRock says leave it alone. So Container Man 68 says, I'm planning on 3 dock scenes with ships and without, and maybe a lock and dam scene too with a barge. That sounds pretty cool.
All right. I don't know what in the world happened.
I don't know.
Let me show you what I got. I had to jerry rig some crazy stuff. Let me see if I can do this. There was some jerry rigging. So I got this contraption. I had my little tiny camera holder. I got a rubber band to this little extension arm, and then the camera hooked onto that, and I had it hanging from underneath. There.
Hey, that's what works.
You know,
that's what we do.
I was trying to figure out how to get the view, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I tried to take it down, I think I unplugged it and I kind of messed everything else up. Let me see. All right. So, all right, let's get the view here. You guys all been wanting to see the shaky cam. So there we go. How's that look?
No, it looks good, Dave. I mean, the backdrop coming in to the river, it looks good. It does.
Open it up and look better.
Yeah, no, that looks good, Dave.
So, yeah, that's what I'm going for there. You know, and of course, the bridge is going to come across over top, so you'll get the shadow of the bridge.
That's right.
And the gloss. And as the trains go by, there should be enough water in the foreground. You should be able to see the trains up on the bridge too, you know. And I plan on, you know, maybe getting some low shots looking up, kind of, you know, up under the bridge, and you know what I mean? Just cool shots. This will come out and it'll get trimmed down. I have it kind of high right now. I don't want to get in there.
Everyone's
high.
Everyone's complimenting you, Dave. It does. It looks really good, Dave.
Well, thanks. I do appreciate that. I appreciate you guys hanging with me on this one. I'm going to pull the comments back up. 535 comments. Now I'm going to pull my ugly mug back up because I'm going to probably turn this over to. All right. Let me do this. Put this out of the way now. All right. Last thing I want to do something to fall on that now. Don't think. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to put paper down. It's not dripping. I saw some drips, but I think it was from my my popsicle stick that I had there. So that's what I was seeing. Some drips on the floor made me nervous, but it's not by the pour. That's all sticky. The stuff is sticky, guys. If you do use it, I do recommend gloves and putting something down so that it doesn't get all over everything, you know, when you're mixing it. I don't know how well it will come off of like flooring and stuff. I have, you know, I put the new flooring down. I see I got a couple plaster spots. I got to get those up before the wife kills me. Oh, let me show you guys. I think it's still in the garbage here. I'll tear a little piece off just so you guys can see what I was talking about. There's a small piece. If you wait too long, let me pull myself back up on the screen, and you do what I did the first time, that's got some plaster dust and everything on it. You see how thick that was? There's no translucency in it or anything. When I tried to move it around, I got all these little stringy things. It was horrible. So when I tore it out, it tore a bunch of the plaster out and everything. But thankfully, it was only I stopped. It was those cups I was using tonight, but I stopped once I realized I didn't pour all that out. You know what I mean? I stopped once I realized it wasn't going to work, but it was already too late. It was enough of a mess. So
I think there's a few people in here who are asking when are you going to hit the bubbles?
yeah, no.
Because that is very important.
Yes. Let me see. What do you guys use for bubbles? Do you use like a blow dryer or do you use like a straw?
Oh, me. Yeah, I forgot who said it, but it's like a crack pipe lighter. It's just I used a butane torch.
Yeah, I don't have one.
And it does the job, but yeah, you have to be very, very careful. I go overkill on mine, but let's see here. Who's
like that.
Daryl, did your dog go to sleep? No, he's sitting right here. His ball is right between his chest and his tongue hanging out. He's waiting for me to throw the ball, but it's still too hot here in California, and I just don't want him running around like that. But thank you for asking.
Would a blow dryer work? I have one of those somewhere around here.
I think a blow dryer will blow more stuff into it, Dave. Sorry. You kind of need like a if best, like a barbecue torch lighter, that you would light up your barbecue with. It has a long extension on it. You could use something like that, but I mean,
I have one of those.
Yeah, that will kind of work, but
About hot breath.
the only thing is, Dave, if you're seeing bubbles, then you hit them there. But if you're not seeing any bubbles, leave it alone. More important thing is that everybody is saying, yeah, you need to get the bubbles out and then you need to cover it because, gnats are going to get into it. A fly might get into it. I saw somebody says, lock your cat out, lock your dog out. Those are all great, helpful hints to this port because, yeah, once that stuff's in there and it starts hardening, you got to leave it alone because you just make more of a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you back there, Dave, trying to turn that sucker on.
Yeah, it was working. No, it's not. Well, I'm glad I didn't put any more on this side. This side over the far side is kind of really got really high over there. Wonder if it's just a little off on that side.
Here, guys, I'll be right back. I'm just going to show you the extreme that I go through when I do my water.
I didn't even think about that. I would have figured something else out.
Okay, that's what I use. A benzomatic blowtorch. That's exactly what I use when I do my pours. When I did all this one, instantly gets the bubbles out, but you can torch it. Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
I got what you need, but unfortunately, I can't hand it to you.
Yeah, it's kind of a pain about this,
Okay, yeah. The other way is you can try to blow with a straw. That usually works.
I'm actually doing that right now.
What is Jim? Do you think that's a little overkill?
No,
Yeah, it is a little overkill, but I can tell you it works. It works very, very well. Like I said,
I do have that right down in the garage though.
I'm pretty seasoned with laying water and doing water, so I'm pretty confident on how I do my pours. But everybody does theirs differently. And sorry, Dave, I should have recommended you getting something for the bubbles. Container Man says hot breath works too.
Plenty of that. I got plenty of that, I said.
Mystic says blow directly on it if there's no straw.
On a straw. I'm
You
getting
can
it.
try that, Dave.
Yeah, I'm getting it. It's not that many, a little bit more on that last batch I did.
Yeah, the hair dryer, is a good idea, but remember, you're not in an environment that's closed off. That hair dryer is going to actually bring dust towards that dryer, and it's going to blow it right into the pour, and you're really not going to see it until after. So a hair dryer will work.
Yeah. No, this is working good. You know,
So
if I get lightheaded and you hear me hit the ground, somebody call 911. Just kidding.
So Bernard says, Daryl, that's what I was talking about earlier. Sorry, I must have missed that one. Derek says that's what he said. Oh, we talking about the blow dryer? Because if we're talking about the blow dryer, that's fine. I just highly don't recommend it, only because that hair dryer can actually bring stuff in. You can actually blow stuff from your layout onto it. Trust me, I know, I've been there. Here it is again. I know it's kind of extreme, gentlemen, people. Yeah, I know it, but you know, it's the same thing as a crack pipe torch. It'll do the same thing.
When somebody said it earlier, I thought they were kidding around, joking about like a crack pipe.
Yeah.
You know.
John says we are all emotionally invested in this.
It's working good though.
Yeah.
I don't see.
Well, it has to look good to you, Dave. It's gonna look great to us, but it has to look good for you. Yeah. And Norman says you can get a smaller cooking butane. Container Man 68 says derail. They make smaller torches too. We don't need to barbecue the layout. I know, folks. I was just showing you what I used, and that's just what I use. And you're all absolutely 100% right. I'm just confident in the way I do things. That's all. But yeah, no, you could torch. You could torch things real fast with something like that. Absolutely. And I highly do not recommend that. So I highly don't recommend that. How do they say that on Jackass? This is for stuntmen only. Don't do this at home.
I feel like I got a hair in there.
Yeah, that's why I highly do not recommend using a hair dryer. That's just going to make it worse.
I don't think that was from this.
Truck says, Mike says, Daryl, does that torch make it smoother? No, it doesn't make it smoother. All it does is take out the bubbles, because when they tell you to mix slow when you're mixing this, but I can already tell you, we're just going to mix it as fast as we can, and you're going to get bubbles in it. And no matter what, you're going to get bubbles in it. So it's best to have a torch. I do not recommend what I showed you guys. Like I said, I'm seasoned, and I've done this quite a few times. I don't recommend that, but a little butane torch will work. It's just to get the bubbles out. As far as smoothness, the smoothness will go as level. It'll go to a level point. So right now where his layout is, if it's exactly on bubble, everything will spread out evenly.
I like it.
So that will keep it smooth.
I think I like it. So I can do this without messing too much up. I got the bubbles out of it. All right, look at the backdrop in that already.
Yeah, Dave, that looks awesome.
Damn.
It looks
Man,
really, really good.
not to toot my own horn, but I didn't do too bad, guys.
No, you did awesome, Dave. It looks really, really good. That backdrop just did it all.
You know, I don't know. Like, you got some waves in that back there. In all honesty, you're not going to really see. You will if you're looking dead on, but I don't know. I think if I could do some ripples in it with the, I'm talking about, I'm not going to reach over there, but straight back there against the backdrop. If I do some ripples going into there, maybe with some of that white water or whatever they use, the woodland scenic stuff, might be able to kind of get a little bit of that. But my idea was, if you look at the river, I get a good shot. So it gets narrow way back around the bend there. And then my idea was it was going to widen out as you came out. So as it widens, you would think it would kind of calm down a little less rapids, a little less rocks. I'll still get some around those, maybe a little more rapids back near the backdrop and less up front. I don't know. Like I said before, I'm not like some master modeler. I just try. Not that I don't think I do a good job, but I'm not a boomer diorama. Someday I hope to be. I think we all strive to be that level of artistic ability and stuff. But some people just have a knack for that, and they're just really good at it.
Yeah. So your next thing, Dave, is there's been quite a few comments. Just leave it alone now and cover it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll cover it tonight. And what is it usually, about 24 to 48 or more than that, probably, huh?
Yeah. But again, if you're going to add, which I see, and I think everybody else could agree with me, with the way your water's coming out with the backdrop, you're going to have to add that ripple effect into there. Absolutely. You're going to have to continue that ripple effect. Yeah. And because that will just add to it. So maybe what you've got there is just, it's perfect. Now you just need to add the ripples. That's when you can add your fishermen, your boats, naked people, or whatever you want to do, Dave.
Somebody, yeah. Golf applause. No, thanks, guys. I appreciate it, man. Good color makes sense to be 10-10 on that 4 on the back. Oh, thanks, Chris. I didn't see you in there. Of course, I had the chat kind of out, so I was trying to get as much view there. Thanks. I now that I'm looking at it more, I do feel better about it. Yeah, I stressed. You see how long it's been since I put the last video out. I just been stressing over this so bad, afraid of ruining it and having to tear it all out. Because I love what I've done. Again, not to sound whatever, but I love what I've done to this point and the way things came out. So I hated to screw it all up and have to tear some out and start all over again. And that's kind of, then I scared myself with that goofball pour I did last week. Because I was like, this should have been done a week or so back, if not sooner. But, it's all good. It's a hobby. It's not a race. I just, I personally want to be done with it. I love the scene, but I'm getting tired of working on the scene to this extent. I want to get my bridges finished. I want to get my bridges back in so I can run trains. I like sitting down here, tinkering with stuff on the workbench, building kits, doing things like that, and watching trains run.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, we're running trains, and you might find yourself, you just might want to leave it alone for right now, and maybe move on to something else so you can get some trains running, because you're done with the pour.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, I'm done with it. Damn it.
Yeah,
that's a good feeling.
Yeah, I think Derek said it pretty well. Derek says, "Hey, Dave, make sure you go back through and read all of the comments because you had so much support."
I will. Yeah, I definitely will. And again, thanks everybody for sticking through this whole thing. And yeah, sweated it out a couple times there, but Daryl, well, a lot of you guys, like Daryl, I could hear, but I could hear him also saying in the chat that it was okay. Mix up another batch, keep going, because I was starting to panic. Like, oh crap, I didn't do enough. Can I mix it up? Is this going to set that quick? You know, I mean, I didn't have a lot of time to waste, but it did not, and it goes so nice. It does find its own level. Like I said, as soon as I tried to pour that other bad batch a couple weeks ago or whatever, I knew right as soon as I poured it, I'm like, oh man, just stop, just stop. And I kept going, and finally I made myself stop at about half of that cup, but it was still enough to do enough damage. I had to fix it. You know, there's no way I was gonna be able to pour over that and hide it. So, man,
Yeah,
if you
Dave,
could see,
go ahead, Dave. It's your show, Dave. Go ahead.
No, just sitting here. If you could see what I'm looking at, I guess you can see what I'm looking at. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera well, but I'm hooked on back here. 20 cords. I was kind of just sitting here looking.
Okay, Dave. There's been a couple of comments. Just make sure, and I agree, stick your head up underneath there and make sure nothing's leaking. Just a real quick look, Dave. Just for a real quick.
Good idea. Yeah. I'll get my minor 49er hat on.
There you go. All right.
Splashing. Yeah, it's not a bad idea to do that. Getting back up should be the hard part.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody. Thank you for hanging out for Dave. I mean, this has been a big deal for Dave, and I really appreciate everybody, hanging in there with Dave. That's just for me, and I think he did an awesome job.
Thanks. Let's see that.
Hi, Randall. Randall says he's back. We're still here, Randall. The pour's done, and it looks great. Dave's just looking for possible leaks, just in case.
One tiny little drip, but it ain't going anywhere. I don't think. I don't know what I could use to block that off with.
Thank you, Derek. I thank you, guys. Thank you, Bernard. I appreciate that.
Well, I do appreciate you coming in and helping me out with this.
It was my pleasure, Dave. I wouldn't have missed it.
Well, I'm not gonna mess with this, man. I have one little spot that I have a tiny drip, but it's damn.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that.
So I don't know. I guess I could maybe try to seal that up.
Do you got a little leak? You got a little drip?
Maybe about like that, about that long. That's way down in this corner where I was telling you I should have stopped it with a little more of a
Dave,
dam.
you got any bubble gum, or you got any kind of silicone? You might want to try to chew some gum and put it up in there. It's something you want to take care of because the stuff the stuff's still moving. It's still finding its levelness. I mean, if you got a lot on the floor, that's one thing. But if you got a little drip, I'm just saying, if you got some bubble gum or some 100% silicone, at least try to Band-Aid it. Keep it from.
I got the silicone I used originally to seal this with.
Anything will help.
Yeah. I'll get to it. I mean, when we're done here in a few minutes, I'll go up and get it. I think I got it out in the garage.
Okay, Dave.
But yeah, I'll put some there. I said my wife has any gum. I don't have any bubble gum. She usually has bubble gum. I might do that. I might try that. I don't think I have any plumber's putty or anything.
Yeah, see, everybody's coming up in the chat. They're all saying tape, silicone, um, duct tape.
Little drippage touch for you. Oh, put my finger in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have some duct tape outside too. I don't think that'll work, huh? Painter's tape.
You could give it a try. I mean, if it's not spilling on the floor like it's flowing, but
No, I
it's
mean
not hardened
it's
yet.
barely
So
dripping. But
yeah,
I'll get some. I have something. That's true, Arnie. We're all going to support and encourage each other, even if we take Mickey out of each other. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that here. In fact, I think I'm going to. Well, I'm over anyways, almost pushing 2 hours here, which is fine. Normally, I wouldn't care. You know, as far as me goes, I don't care.
yeah, you
And
probably got some things you wanna button up, and I think the
yeah,
most important thing is you got this on live. It went very, very well. So
yeah, and again, thank you, and just thanks for sticking in here with me, all you guys. Thank you for Daryl for coming in. Chef,
anytime, Dave. Anytime.
yeah, and you know, I like having people on with me, even if we weren't doing this. It's just nice to have somebody to bounce things off with, and you just have
Right.
more fun talking.
Yeah.
And
No, I mean, I like the way Artie does his. I mean, I like the way everybody does their lives, but it is sometimes kind of nice to have an extra buddy there, just to give,
yeah,
just to give it a bump. But
yeah,
you know,
for sure, I agree. It's just sometimes sitting here listening to
thank
me
you,
talk
John.
isn't always the most fun.
Yeah, no,
And,
absolutely.
thanks, Chesco. Have a good night. Uh, yeah, but again, back to the other. Just thank you guys for your support in general, just with the channel, helping me get to the monetization and all that stuff. I just really appreciate all that. Especially if you had any ideas, I may see if I can do at some point in my community page, just do like a poll. Just say put up a few ideas that I've had, and I'll put like other. I don't know if you guys could write in the other spot or just in the comments if I do that. Just ideas. If you even want to see me do anything like that. Hey, Kurt, I don't think I said hi to you earlier.
Hey, Kurt.
And Container Man, you too. I've seen you in here. I haven't said hi yet. That's what I use on my tailgate to seal leaks like grain, sand, and some fluids. What do you use? I missed that somewhere. Cover my initials in it. Derek, I don't know about you, buddy. I guess I
I
could,
I didn't even see that. That's pretty funny. Actually, it's a pretty good idea.
All right, mono trainer fishing out. I hope it did help. I mean, it was, definitely somewhere here. Container Man, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. I just saw that. You guys got to bear with me on this. I'm definitely new to it, so when I do get them, I'm trying to say thanks and everything. And that's what I'm saying. I'd like to try to, and I don't have to do anything special for it. I just, if you guys think it'll be something fun to see, that's cool too. Tape, silicone. Let's see some of the ideas there. You're not wrong, Arnie. It's getting harder and harder all the time to get up off the floor. I get down there. That's why, honestly, God, if I ever, well, first of all, if I was to tear this up and do it again, I'd be divorced probably. She'd kill me. Second of all, I wouldn't do as big of a layout. Third of all, I think I'd make it just to one level and I would make it higher, almost my chest height. You know what I mean? This is like 43. Where the river is, it's lower, but I think the tabletop is like 43 inches. So even that's a little too low when you're trying to crawl under it. You nice to be able to just, you know, sit on one of those little roller stools so you can get right under. But anyways, because to do it, I give Jim Tedesco a lot of credit with that. I think it's a little rough for him to get down and underneath the layout and stuff, and he's done a hell of a nice job with what he's done there. And train horn for Super Jazz. Yeah, I have to do that. I mean, honestly, I probably just put one of my locomotives on the track and hit the horn. You know, have it on silence, turn it on, hit the horn. Just as simple as that. I need one of those doorbell things that Tedesco has, one of the big steam whistle he has. Yeah, Kurt, I did. I poured the river. Let's see if I can give you a little quick shot of it.
Yeah, give him a quick shot.
Let me get this stuff out of the way. Hang on. There you go. I don't know whether you can see that or not, but try to get you back here. Man, that is.
We'll see you, Bernard.
Cool. There you go, Kurt. And whoever else missed it. Hey, Eric. Thanks. So, looks like a Bob Ross painting, Dave. Oh, Randall, you're too kind, buddy. But thanks. Thanks, John. Yeah, I mean, and for those of you that have seen my room here, I don't know if I can do this. I'll try. Real quick. Then we're going to hang it up because I got to go get this sealed up. So right now I'm standing in front of the river. Those doors are where you walk in to the room. So I'm going to turn around. I don't know if this will stretch all the way or not. Probably won't, but so you see my swing gate there. You come, there's a swing gate, and this is what you see when you come through. So you're looking right at that river scene, when you walk in the room. So that's another reason why, like, the pressure's on there, because I wanted to make sure that I didn't mess that up. Because it's gonna be like the signature scene when you walk into the room, into the layout area of the room, anyways. So
right, it's going to be like your focal point.
Exactly, that's the word I was looking for. Focal point.
Yeah, focal point, and
so
exactly.
From except to fix that leak. Yep, there it goes. I'm getting ready to go do that. You got Instagram? I actually got it. Do I get Instagram? What the hell do I have here? On my phone. I think I do. I know you didn't ask me, but I think I do have Instagram. No, that's an Instagram. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I got that. I think I'm just Crooked River on that. I don't know. All right. Well, again, thank you guys for all your support. Thanks for your help tonight, Daryl. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, Dave.
And I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to go fix that leak. You're right. Even though it's a little leak, it can still leak. So I'm going to fix that. And we'll go from there.
Yeah, I agree with everybody. You should just leave it alone, Dave. Yeah, just leave it alone. Don't put anything in it. Just let it dry now for the 24 hours. That's it.
Yeah, that's good. I'm not going to bother. I'm going to be busy all day anyways. We got the walls, if you want to call them walls, the four legs and top braces of the gazebo up that we're working on today with the wife.
Good night, Jim.
Yeah, Jim. Take care, man. Tomorrow we'll put the roof brackets, bracing, and everything up. And if I get far enough with that, then I should be able to do the roof, the metal roofing slats, whatever the however it goes up. It's one of those metal aluminum gazebos. It's got the aluminum roof and everything. It's supposed to hold like I want to say 3,000 pound snow load. There should be plenty for us here. Worst case, I get out there with a broom and brush some of it off, because it's something I want to leave up all year round. So, anyways, I don't know how I got on that subject. I think I got on that subject because I was saying that I'm going to be busy all day, so I won't be tempted to mess with this thing. I won't have time. So,
Exactly.
all right, guys. With that being said, go over and say hi to Heath. Heath, sorry if you're still listening. I didn't mean to take an hour or whatever out of your time. Unfortunately, I couldn't stop in the middle of this. I had to keep going, and thanks to the guys that stuck with me, but I understand as well. So,
Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and again, Daryl, great job helping me out, and we'll talk
I'm
soon.
just finally glad we hooked up. I mean, because
Yeah,
and it was totally my bag. Like I said, I misread the R's.
yeah, and people, it's easy. People do it. A lot of people have done it. I was getting worried that you were getting annoyed with me because I kept saying email me, and I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah,
But
no, and that I would like to be able to connect with a lot more people. Unfortunately, I don't have an Instagram. I don't Facebook. So
yeah,
all the popular ones I'm not on. So the only way I could be reached at is email. So I mean, maybe I should just put that up on my channel, and if they want to email me, they can.
you could, if you wanted to, you could put that in like your about page. Where it tells about your
Right.
layout. You can always throw your email
Yeah.
down there, and
Yeah.
you
I could
know.
do that too. Yeah.
And then if you
I
want,
don't
then if
know.
you want to connect like this, you can. I did
I
that
don't
with
know if I want
N&W
to.
the other day.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to give it to Artie. He'll probably be on the horn with me every 5 minutes.
Artie, yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
messing with you, Artie.
I made that mistake too early on, and I learned. I had to
What's
block him
that?
almost. I had to block Artie on all my social media. He sends too many nude pics. Tries to show me nude pics in the hospital, and I don't know that guy. Somebody right with him. Container man, you've been banned from Twitter. You and 45. Both.
Yeah, well, you know what, that's what it's all about, and you know what, and that's what I enjoy about this crowd. I mean, you know, and I'll say again, I've been welcomed into a really neat community, and everybody's been so wonderful to me, and I thank everybody all the time. And my channel's growing,
Good. Good.
but you know,
That's another
that's
thing,
not
guys.
why that's not why I did it. I mean, I did it to help.
Yeah.
I did it to help other people, you know.
Right.
So, but any case, well, Dave, if you're ready to say goodnight, I guess I'm ready to say goodnight. And
Yeah. No, I could go all night long, but I got to fix this before
well,
this
yeah, I
starts.
mean, I can go all night longs too. So, well, maybe we can do it this weekend because I'm going to be around this weekend. So
Yeah.
I might do a live stream or two. Who knows? But I'm kind of like
Cool.
Boxcar Jerry. I just kind of just pop up. So, and
Well,
for me,
you have my number now. Throw me a text if you're going up because I'm not always
okay,
on YouTube. I
okay,
don't always get the
okay,
notifications, and I try to pop in if I can.
yeah, okay. Good night, everybody. I'm gonna leave.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks again, Daryl. Have a good night. All right. All right, guys. You were from but to and I was not sure. Oh, interstates. Yeah, sorry, he came out. Already left. So thank you to everybody. Hello and good night to everybody. Anyway, I didn't say hello to. And I would definitely go back and watch this stream, the comments and everything again. So I will be working on a video of this, trying to put something together so that anybody that didn't see it live can see it. I had my phone filming. I don't know if I might have blocked the film or the phone half the time. I have no idea. But so you might be able to catch it there as well. Just to tie in the rest of the series I've been doing, so there's an actual video and not just a live video on it. So, all right, I gotta fix this. I'm gonna run. I've been talking too long, so I will talk to you guys later. Maybe I'll see you Thursday morning, 8:30, for the CR&E Morning Brew. Sparky, if he's on tomorrow, catch him. I don't know if he's on tomorrow or not. So I will talk to you all later. Bye for now.